So you're probably wondering what happened to the Three Peak Ultra and why this is my last post. Well, let's get into the story. And the best place to start the story is from the beginning. So here it goes. So here we go with the full story of the Three Peak Ultra. Everything that went right and everything that went wrong. So our Marshall come pick us up, as you've already seen on my socials. Stopped off at McDonald's because every road trip has got to start with a McDonald's. Got ourselves up into Scotland on the way to Aviemore, because that's where we're stopping for the night. For a big jog up the A9 for a good few miles. Mind you, I have to say the car park attendants at the hotel were a bit scary, mind. So anyway, we booked ourselves into the hotel, just dropped our bags in really. The whole plan was to go back into Aviemore itself, because we were stopping just outside. To go back into Aviemore, get some scran, get as many calories into it as absolutely possible the night before. So after I had feasted my face, then we decided to stop off a little forest on the way back to the hotel, just to have a look at Scotland's reptiles, really. And then we got our heads down for the night, so we'll get up bright and early in the morning and get a good start. Well, that was the plan anyway. I did sleep in a little bit, and this was delays started. So I got myself a hearty breakfast, because you're in Scotland, you've got to have haggis, of course. As you can see there, there's a lovely little bit of scran just before I get going. So anyway, here we are, beginning of the Three Peak Ultra. So here we go, Bray Roth. So where do I start with all this? Where do I start? This is where everything not went wrong or just started to go wrong through the day. So it was exceptionally hot. As you all know, we've had one of the hottest weekends ever. Same in Scotland. It was extremely hot. Humidity was mental as well. So all went along, I've been training with me what fluids I need, what carbs I need, what snacks I need, all the rest of it. And I just feel like on the day, it wasn't enough for that day. And I think that's put us behind a little bit. So anyway, once down from Bray Roth, had a little bit of lunch, stocked up again on fluids and plenty to eat, and then set off doing Ben Macdui. So I did stop off a little bit more, a little bit more frequently. One, to get to hydrate a little bit more, and two, to get more snacks inside of us, because I felt like my sugar levels were dropping off. So on the way back down, I felt absolutely great on the way back down. I felt like I had hydrated enough. I felt like I was eating enough. I felt like my legs were coming back a little bit as well. So I was starting to feel good at this point. I thought, right, that's champion. And it was starting to cool down a little bit. Luckily, I had some wind. Got back to the car. Marshall took us straight over to Fort William. So this is it, bottom Ben Nevis. This is the last video anybody's seen on my socials. So as it stands, I mean, I made it up there in about 2.5 hours. Still didn't feel too great stomach-wise. It was up and down. It was getting better, and I felt like I needed to hydrate a lot more. Again, it was still quite warm. I mean, this is 12 o'clock at night on top of Ben Nevis. It was still quite light. It was still all right, to be fair, as you can see there. I could see where I was going. I felt good. I thought, well, I'm on my way down now. You don't normally use as much energy going down as going up. But this is, obviously, by this point, it's now pitch black. I'm now going down in between Glen and Ben. Anybody that's ever climbed Glen Nevis is the mountain next to it. And me showing my legs, oh, I'm fine. I'm a little bit achy at this point. But it was not long after this where I ended up falling down. So I'd fell a couple of times through the day. It's just natural. It just happens when you climb mountains. You fall over. Nothing's flat. Everything's bumpy and up and down and undulating. And anybody that's climbed anything, I mean, God, even if you climb the stairs, it's still up and down. It's undulating. So on my way back down, and I would like to say, oh, I knew what happened, but I really don't. I fell over, and the next thing I knew, I was just tumbling and tumbling and tumbling, and I had to stop. So I had to stop at that point, see what was up. I thought it was going to be ripped to shreds, to be fair. I wasn't. I've had a couple of grazes here, there, shoulder and what have you. No really major, anything like that. But unfortunately, I did twist my knee, and it took us nearly 3 hours to get down off the mountain. Sorry, it took us 2.5 hours to do 3 miles coming down off the mountain. So that was the end of that. Got back to the car. Marshall had says, look at Dad, let's just get down to Scafell, see how you feel there. You might feel better, get some Nurofen in you. I knew how I felt with my knee. I knew for a fact there was no way I could go and do another mountain. Impossible, absolutely impossible. But we drove down there anyway, drove down to Scarfell, we stopped off on the way, we went to a service station, and at that point he realised how much pain I was in. I couldn't even walk into the service station whatsoever. So at that point we decided to call it. I had the hotel still booked in Wales, because that's where I would have been the night after. On the Sunday night. So instead we decided just to drive down to Wales, spend the night down there in the hotel at the bar, drowning my sorrows. So what have I learned from this? Lots of things. I think first of all, I'll start where I think I've started to go wrong. So leading up to it, the week before, please don't think any of these are an excuse. They're just where I think I'm going wrong. It's not an excuse, it's where I'm going wrong, or where I think I have went wrong. So the week leading up to the Three Peak Ultra, really busy week at work. It was a very hot week. I don't think that week I've get enough, one, calories inside of us, two, water inside of us. It was a very busy week, and because it's so hot, like anybody else, I don't eat as much. Like, you find it hard, and you'd rather go and have a salad than go and have steak. Just like, that's just the way it is when it gets that hot. So maybe that my dehydration probably started then, but I didn't realise that. So then on the day, it was, you've got to admit, it was the hottest day in the UK this year. Like, everywhere. Doesn't mean because Scotland it's cold, it was still hot in Scotland, and it was still humid as well. So all my training that I've done with a 750 millilitres bottle on my back and millilitres of water on my front. That's got carbs in, it's got electrolytes in, it's got sodium in, and the like. Same as when I'm traveling, same as when I'm doing all these mountains. I've got loads of different types of bars, just so I don't get sick of eating the same bar at any one given time. I love malt loaf, took malt loaf with this as well. And I think because it was so hot in the day, I wasn't stopping regularly enough to take in enough nutrition and enough fluids, knowing that I needed more fluids, to be fair. That's where I went wrong there. I knew it was going to be hot. The weather forecast told it was going to be a heat wave. Why didn't I listen to that? Why did I think, right, well, I've trained all winter, spring long with this amount of water, this amount of carbs. I'm probably going to need more in the day. Of course I would have. Well, it was 24, 28, between 24 and 28 degrees, depending on where you were. So why didn't I think of that? That's another mistake I think I made. I got a stitch every time I ran. Where that came from, I have absolutely no idea. I can't remember the last time I got a stitch. I really can't. Honestly, I'm not just saying it. I cannot remember the last time I got a stitch. Every time I ran, every time I started to run, I tried to run for a little bit, it just stitch here, straight down here. It felt like it was very windy as well on the day, shall we say. I felt like my stomach didn't feel too great either. So, again, please don't think, and I'm just trying to make these up as an excuse. These are where I've failed. They're not an excuse. I failed leading up to this, and this is what's happened on the day. And what the other thing that makes me feel I was mega dehydrated, I got my leg cramped up. My leg never cramps up. I've never get cramp. I very rarely. I get my muscles get sore and tender and whatever you're doing, all these different things, but I never ever get cramp. Never. So that again points me towards being dehydrated massively, undercaloried massively, probably. By the time I had done Ben Macdui, got down from there, I actually felt alright. I felt great. We got Ben Nevis, I felt alright there, and then it all started again with that. But may I say, that time I did take more water. I did take more sodiums, electrolytes, and carbs with us, and I stopped more regularly. And because I'd done that, by the time I got to the top of Ben Nevis, I got to the top of Ben Nevis in 2.5 hours. By the time I got to the top of there, I felt good, I felt great. And then on my way back down, that's just when I fell. I've got no, I'm calling it as a tumble more than a fall, because I just tumbled and tumbled and tumbled and tumbled. Don't know how many times it would just all happen like that. It just does. Just tumbled. Before I knew it, I was trying to stop myself, put my elbow on the ground, trying to stop myself from going down. Got up, I honestly thought I was going to be shredded, but again, like I've said earlier on in the video, I wasn't. I was alright, a couple of scratches here and there and everywhere, and wasn't too bad at all. But my right knee, by that point, I realised I've done something to it. I don't think I've torn it anything. It's just now it's had a couple of days to heal itself a bit. It's clicking on the back, but I don't know what that's all about. My big toes, they got a massive brunt of it as well. They're just black and blue. I would show you a photo, but I want to see horrible, massive black and blue big toes. So, and at that point, I just thought, nah, that's it, I'm done. I can't keep going and just injure myself further just trying to do this. I've got other stuff that I need to do this year. I've got to just stop, and I just call at that point. Hard. I hate saying stop. I hate stopping. I hate not being able to do something. All my life I've been told I'm dyslexic, so I probably wouldn't be a very good mechanic. I can't write, I can't read, or anything like that, and I just want to be a mechanic, and I didn't let that stop us. I learned myself how to read, and well, some friends have learned this and all, and I've learned how to read and write. Not very well, mind. No, you can probably tell by my pronunciation on lots of my stuff. But like anything that I put my mind to, I have to complete it, and I have to do it. But I've also learned is at points like this, you have to just call it and go, right, what's the best thing to do safety wise? Best thing for me to do is just call it there, stop it, and I'm still struggling with it. I'm gutted. Honestly, I've got no idea how gutted I am. But for 2 days to think about it, I'm starting to feel a bit positive again now. I'm starting to pull my head around. I'm alright. My legs will be fine. My toes are going to fall around. Everything will heal. And yes, I am going to try this again. And yes, I will be going for it again next year. In a different format, in a different way. And my whole training for it will be totally different as well. So that's about it realistically, but thanks for watching in anyway, and that's really the story. I fell over badly, but it could have been worse, and I could have had to get rescued off the mountain, and I could have made everybody's night really bad. I would have get these rescue teams that have to come out, the volunteers, man. Like, I'm just glad I didn't have to get anybody out, or get anybody to come for us, or anything like that. So I'm saying that as a positive as well. I hate myself, but I managed to get myself back to the car, which was a plus. That's about it now. I'm going to stop waffling on, because I think there's nothing else I can really say I do at this moment in time. I just need to get myself better. I just need to heal quick, so I can get myself back on my bike, get back running, get back in the pool, or get back in the water, get swimming. So I'm going to leave this here, but this isn't unfinished business. And the reason that we do fall over is so we can get up, dust ourselves off, and go again. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. So thanks for watching anyway. As always, never stop, never tire, unless you fall down the biggest mountain in the UK and then happen to smash your knee in and smash your toes in and hurt your pride. Then you can have a little bit of time off. Right, I'm going to go get myself something to eat, get myself hydrated again. But I think the hydration this time has probably been the whiskey that I've drank over the last 2 days. So anyway, thanks a lot again. See you in the next one.